Up, I'm finally back with another custom Lego minifigure video. This time going over my showcase for Zack Snyder's DCEU. I have figures from every movie that he has directed. The three movies being Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice, and the Snyder Cut of Justice League. So I have some new and some updated minifigures. First, going over the new minifigures, I have Zack Snyder himself and his version of Steppenwolf, Superman in his traditional suit, Nightmare Batman, Wonder Woman version 2, an updated Ezra Miller's Flash, Aquaman, and Cyborg. And yeah, I've been working on these figures for a while. Sorry I disappeared off the face of the earth for a bit, but I'm finally back now, and let's get this started. Kal-El, the last son of Krypton, Henry Cavill's Superman, is the only minifigure that I decided to make for Man of Steel, because what better than the Man of Steel himself? I was originally going to make Zod as well, but he wasn't really that important, so yeah, I just reused the head from my Black Suit Superman, which I still have, but I'm not going to be showcasing him because I did not update him. So I made my own custom cape for him. I made my own custom dual molded legs. I actually did sculpt some arm definition, some muscle definition onto his arms, and I sculpted the House of El crest. And yeah, I just decided to go all out with this minifigure because Superman was basically the character to start the entire Snyderverse and the DCEU. So I just wanted to try and make the best minifigure I could. I actually did start making a traditional Superman for the Snyder Cut, but I found out he was going to be wearing a new suit, so I made that. And yeah, now I finally have the chance to make this version of Superman. And yeah, it turned out really well in my opinion. So that is all the minifigures I have for Man of Steel. And now let's move on to the next part. Now for the first new minifigure in this showcase, being a part of the Batman vs. Superman movie, I have Batman in his nightmare armor. This is how he appeared in his nightmare sequences where Darkseid found the anti-life equation and destroyed all of planet Earth. So first thing I did was I updated my original Batman cowl. And yeah, I also updated it so he would have white eyes, sculpted like that bottom part there instead of having the thin layer of paint. Because this looks a lot more accurate to Ben Affleck's cowl, in my opinion. And yeah, what I also did was I gave him a fabric jacket. I again painted some dual molded legs and some dual molded arms for Batman. And again, I sculpted the belt. The torso is basically an exact replica of the one I made for the Snyder Cut, but better. And yeah, I decided to include him in the Batman vs. Superman section because Batman vs. Superman is the first time that we get to see any of the nightmare sequences, and really, like, just when DC started taking a step further and, like, just getting good. And yeah, I thought it would be really fun to make this version of Batman, and it turned out really well. So that is Nightmare Batman for you. Now, moving on to my updated regular suit Batman, again still using the same cowl. I updated the torso to have a better bat emblem, and I updated the dual molded legs. That's really all I did for this Batman. I was really proud of how this turned out a couple months ago, and there were only small improvements I needed to do for it. So, yeah, that's my updated Batman. Now for the third minifigure for Batman vs. Superman, we have my completely new version of Wonder Woman. So I still kept some elements of the old one, but I just gave her an entirely new paint job. The hair, head, and arms are still the same, but I was really not satisfied with how my Wonder Woman for the Snyder Cut turned out back in March. And yeah, this is just much better for it. Again, this is in the Batman vs. Superman section because this is the first time we ever got to see Wonder Woman. And yeah, so Wonder Woman was definitely a fun minifigure to make. And yeah, there's her. So now moving on to the final section of this showcase, Zack Snyder's Justice League, the updated minifigures, starting off with Ezra Miller's Flash because he played an enormous role in the Snyder Cut. And yeah, I was still satisfied with the original minifigure I made, but I feel like I could have done way better. So yeah, I repainted his entire helmet, gave him some new, like, sculpted lightning bolt headpieces, sculpted all of this armor plating that you see here, put some new black elements on. And yeah, so Ezra Miller's Flash is probably one of my favorite DC characters now, and I hope that we get to see more of him in the upcoming Flash movie. And yes, so there's my updated Flash. So now for the second of three updated minifigures for Zack Snyder's Justice League, we have Aquaman. So again, he's still in his 2018 armor from his standalone movie. Literally all I did to him was I sculpted on his like side armor and I gave him a new pair of legs. Everything is still the same. I also kind of shortened the hair. And yes, but Aquaman is and always will be my favorite DC character because I didn't really get interested in the DCEU until I saw the Aquaman standalone movie, and it was just so epic. And yeah, that just made me decide to like start getting into the DCEU. So yeah, there is Aquaman. For the final updated minifigure in this showcase, we have Ray Fisher's Cyborg. Now, all I did to this was give him a new headpiece and sculpt on some shoulder armor because I was not at all satisfied with that original Cyborg headpiece that I made. And yeah, this is just so much better. Again, Ray Fisher's Cyborg had such a huge role in the Snyder Cut. You know, defeating the three mother boxes and completing his character arc that he should have done in the original Justice League, but they didn't have the time to do it. And yeah, Cyborg was just a great character in that movie, and I hope to see more of him in the future too. So there's Cyborg. Now for one of the newer minifigures in this showcase, we have my Zack Snyder's version of Steppenwolf. All I did here was take Lego's design for Steppenwolf and yeah, basically just Snyderize it. So I put on some grill plates on him to represent that spiky armor he has. This entire headpiece was like done by me. I put some tin foil on it to like give it that like silver spiky effect that it has. The face, I'm not gonna lie, I could have done better on. But other than that, this is literally just Lego Steppenwolf. And yeah, Steppenwolf was just so much better in the Snyder Cut, along with all the other DC characters. And so, yeah, there's Steppenwolf. Now, for the final minifigure in this showcase, we have Zack Snyder himself, the man that started the entire Snyderverse and basically just created it. So, this is a purist minifigure. So, the legs, torso, and head are all Bruce Banner's from the Thor Ragnarok / Avengers Infinity War sets. And the hairpiece is Hawkeye's from the Avengers Endgame / Age of Ultron / Civil War sets. So basically Hawkeye from most of the Avengers sets. And yeah, Zack Snyder is just, there are no words to describe him. Zack Snyder is an amazing director, and I could not resist not putting him into Lego minifigure form. Doesn't really look that much like him, but I don't care. Zack Snyder is just an amazing person, and I really hope Warner Bros. Does decide to come to their senses and continue the Snyderverse. So yeah, there is the director of it all, Zack Snyder. And yeah, that'll just about do it for the Zack Snyder's DCEU showcase. Even if Warner Bros. Never comes to their senses, I'm just lucky that we got to see these three great movies. And yeah, so just thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments down below what you think. And now I can finally move on with my life, working on customs for Loki, eventually What If, and Black Widow. So yeah, I'll see you next time.